So, having a driving thought, and I did a video yesterday that made me think about something. Why is a comic book creator who makes money in the industry a dirty word? I actually, while I was talking about the video, and I was looking at a comparison piece, and I compared Ethan Van Sciver and Cyberfrog to his name's escaping me right now. The guy that does Common America and Bunny Hops. His name keeps escaping me. I think it's like Timothy or something. I'll post it on the video thing so you'll be able to see who the person is anyway, because this is a voiceover. And I seen some people like really pissy about Todd McFarlane's success, and I'm like, well, I think it was like Josh Williamson. I seen some people like, it's some crap, and I'm like, what is going on here? Now, it seems like in this industry where people can easily be taken advantage of, I've been taken advantage of before. I'm not saying I'm a great writer or nothing, but you know, I had something where someone had me do something for free, but now I'm published. I can't even get a copy of the book because they have issues and the thing shut down because of the, you know, the bug, and then boom, I gave away my one copy to a kid that needed it, and that was great, but I'm like, outside of my initial things when they gave me the digital like put togethers, I don't actually have a physical copy, because what I was going to do was I was going to try to get a physical copy of it, and I've seen other people ask like, yo, can I get a physical copy? I was going to frame it and be like, hey, you know, look how awesome this is. I did this, like, I'm published. I mean, I literally don't have really nothing to show for it. And there are people in the industry that are like, good. Like, no, comic books, if you write a script, you expect to get paid. If you do music, you expect to get paid. If you do a movie or a TV show, why is it that comic books have like this, except for comics, it's about the art? No, it's not. That's only a piece of it. It's about you creating a story you want to do, and they're like, yeah, but you got your name on Batman. And people, so these billion-dollar companies, like for example, Marvel, DC, they're backed by multi-billion-dollar conglomerates. Yet their page rates suck. I mean, the average writer and editor, gets like 30 grand in New York, which is terrible in New York. Like, so no. And the fact that they get shamed, and it's the usual suspects who start shaming them, and part of it is, no, they want a piece of that pie. So they want to tear you down to get it because you need to be in the cool kids crowd. And then the other portion seems to be something along the lines of, you also need to do what they need you to do. Like, heck, I talked to someone who even said, he was like, they hide their deals. A lot of times they don't like it being announced because then their peers might do it. I'm like, listen, your peers ain't feeding you, okay? They're not giving you food, money, shelter. I think it's stupid that people are doing this, and I think part of it is because they're jealous because they don't have that deal, and they're pissed off. Don't get me wrong, if I was really getting into my writing, I would love to write. I have stories to do for Marvel and DC. I have ideas. I would love to write an Exiles, like 10-part story. I have a cool idea for it. I would love to write a 20 run on Incredible Hulk. I have a really cool idea. So it's just one of those things where it's like, what are we doing here? Why is it that every time somebody gets a deal or they get something, they're trying to be hush-hush about it? And you got like people that do manga and stuff, it's like, no, we expect to get paid and we're passionate. It's like these people are like, we love comics, but you're not supposed to love comics and make money. It's a job. You should be getting paid comparably. I don't understand this mentality. And to be honest with you, I think this is part of the reason why crowdfunding has gotten so big. People like try to make it political and stuff too. Look, I use him as an example because he's a very easy example. A lot of people know who he is, but Ethan Van Sciver is breaking records. You know, you got Sean Gordon Murphy, who has his Batman deal, and he does plot holes and people are flipping out. I think Archie, when they try to do Archie on Kickstarter, and boom, they're like, you're a big company. You don't know their finances. Also, too, crowdfunding means they don't have to pay for a certain portion. They could probably give their people really good page rates because they're doing crowdfunding. And then you could get a comic to be produced. But these people, how dare you? Or when Keanu Reeves did it, how dare you, Keanu Reeves? How dare he? Okay, well, I don't hear y'all saying that same thing about the freaking Queen of Dragons with her PMS armpit period superhero thing, whatever the heck that is. Like, yo, if you're gonna make a comic, make your comic, make your money, and be proud of it. And if these people want to tear you down, they shouldn't be with you in the first place. And if your peers are there to destroy you, then guess what? That means they were never your peers in the first place. Like, this whole garbage of you shouldn't make money unless we're making money, and it's like as soon as somebody gets a deal, all of a sudden they try to, well, this person's problematic. No, you're problematic. How about you know your role and shut your mouth? Stop getting on everybody's crap. Now, it's different if somebody does something horrible to somebody, but they'll be like, well, I think they're a Trump supporter, so they're problematic. I don't give a hot bleep about what somebody supports politically. I don't care, and you shouldn't either. And the fact that they're like, but they do this, no, that's not how the person is. Okay, so let me say, I don't like sweet potatoes. So since you like sweet potatoes, you're a terrible, horrible human being. That's how stupid your argument sounds. I don't like sweet potatoes, you're the devil. Shut up. I wish these comic book people would like get into their own groove. Stop doing that. Like, it's dumb. You get yours. But then you get these people like Max Visaggio, had that comic book Vagrant Queen that like did terribly, somehow got a TV deal. Okay, congratulations. And the show, as expected, got canceled. Because if nobody really cared for it in the comics, I don't understand where the mindset was where it was going to do something. But guess what? Mags will have that paycheck. Mags is going to have that thing where it's like, well, this is me, this is mine. Forever, you're going to have that TV show. If I had a TV show and it got canceled, I would be losing my junk about it. Even so, because that's still mine. Eric Larson with Savage Dragon. He will forever have that cartoon show. His character got brought to life in a cartoon. That's a huge thing. But when you're trying to pull this, well, your big thing is to have your name on the cover of something you created. Yeah, but you also like to eat too, don't you? So if you got people tearing you down in the industry, trust me, first off, you will always find friends where they're at. What it really comes down to is we need to be more like Japan in this. You're supposed to expect to and should get paid for your work, especially if you're doing excellent work. Novelists get paid. You are a writer telling in a story. You should get paid. And so should the artists and everyone. And you should get paid a fair wage. A good wage. A living wage. And the fact that there are so many of these haters and stuff, and they're like, we're all this and we're all that, to be honest with you, no. If somebody got a deal and these people start popping up trying to tear you down, trying to find stuff or saying, hey, you support this person or you do that, and they immediately start coming at you, all you need to do is, oh, so you were never my friend and you're a garbage person, don't ever speak to me again. That's how I would respond. You're a garbage friend, you're a fake person, and we don't need to talk anymore. Stop hating, get yours, because I got mine. And I think it's a jealousy thing, and I think it's people that want their spots, and they're always trying to force you to go political, and they try to call people problematic. Look, we got Substack, we got, Indiegogo, Kickstarter. There's another one I can't remember the name too that some people have jumped on, where you like buy the comic and it got names. Todd McFarlane is killing it with that, with Spawn, I want to get the gunslinger one, but I don't know if I can afford it with what I'm getting right now and what I'm trying to do my money. But if I can't get it one way, I'll get the trade. I want comic books to thrive. I love comic books. They're a huge part of my life, and they should be thriving all across the board, but they're not, because too many people are so quick and so babyish and so childish and immature to fight and be like, well, I want to ruin this person's career because I don't get it. Like, no, it's room for everybody. If you got something that's good, it's going to sell as long as eyes can get on it. So anybody that got a deal or you're thinking about doing comic books, don't look at it from one point of view. Look at it from another. You may only have to do your idea. But hey, I'll close out with this. Do you think Eastman and Laird are complaining about their idea? You know, the people who created the Ninja Turtles, that to this day is still relevant, and we're getting at least 2 more movies, and I think they have not gone longer than 6 years without a cartoon show. Because you got the 2003 series, you got the one series that landed from the 80s to the mid 90s. They had movies, they got more movies coming, and to this day, 30 some odd years later, it's still a powerhouse franchise. So I want you to think about that when you're thinking, I can't make Spider-Man or I can't do this. If you got an awesome idea, make your own. And the one suggestion I've heard many people say, from, like I said, from Ethan Van Sciver to even, I think Sean Gordon Murphy, even Brian Michael Bendis, I think, said this once. Take your favorite things, put them together, Kyrie Andrews too, and see if you can create an awesome character that you can fall in love with, or if you had a character this whole time, write it. So that's all I got to say. It's a Geek Protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. I just think this thing is stupid, and I'll see you.